Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you an update. This is the 1950 Dodge short bed half-ton truck that we're doing quite a bit of work on for a client. In earlier videos, in case you missed it, it was restored in another facility and he had a really hard time with driving and shifting. We were able to fix that. The suspension was sitting really odd and funny. Someone had repaired the rear springs, and one side was sitting quite a bit higher than the other. The passenger rear side was about 1.25 inches higher than the rest, and the truck sat way too high. The other thing we noticed was the cross member of the frame. So I'm going to share with you now. Our client lives far away, so there's a couple of things we're going to share with you. One is we have the leaf springs now reinstalled. We have all new hardware and U-joints now installed, and we have the proper number of leaves and the proper height. So we'll share with you in an upcoming video when the truck is off of the hoist. We'll show you the nice stance now that we have the proper ride height, and we have the new the correct shocks. You can see the navy blue shocks. They're brand new Napa, and they're a gas ride shock. And you'll notice just on the outside of that shock is one of the repairs that we've done on the frame. So there was a split or a crack across that section. So what we did is we ground it, we welded it solid, and then ground it smooth again. So what we'll do is we're going to protect that with a rust inhibitor paint first, and then after that we'll apply the satin finish above so it'll match the rest of the satin black. And then this is where it required quite a bit of work. So this is basically, we had to be really careful because here's our fuel tank. Okay, so we've got our gas tank along here, and then we have our frame and our main cross member of the back. So we're just below the bed and closer to the cab. The cab starts here. So this is a main structure area. And in an earlier video we shared with you where there was a bunch of holes and splits. So basically what we did is we cut out the section that was rotten. We used the correct gauge of metal. We welded in new steel. We ground it smooth, and now that's ready for two-part black epoxy to protect it. Same thing along here in the middle. You can see where we've done a repair. We've notched it out, welded new in, and then it's all polished again. And then same thing over here. This is a homemade hanger that somebody previously made, and there was some holes through there. So we've repaired all of the holes, and then back in here, back where it meets the frame, once again we cut it out and welded it and polished it all up. So our next step, we don't want to just hide things, we want to share with the customer this is what we did for the repair. So now that the cross member is all welded, all the rotted pieces are cut out, and new pieces welded in, you really can't tell that we've been in there. So now we'll add the rust inhibitor, the two-part epoxy, to seal this bare metal, and then the following day we'll do that satin black to match. So basically that's near the end of what we're required to do. We'll just back up here. That's all we need to do on the bottom side of this truck, because we've taken care of the shifter plate and the rear axle seals that were leaking. Pardon me. So this will be the last of the bottom part of the chassis. So in our next video we'll have this 1950 Dodge probably outside, and we'll do another video sharing with you the proper ride height, and we'll probably take it for a drive to show you how nice it shifts now, because the shift pattern, the 3 on the tree, would not go into gear, and when it did it was popping out, so we've corrected that too. So I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.